Okay. Sleeping Beauty. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful baby girl, and she was born to a king and queen. They had wanted a child for a long time, so they were very happy. The proud king soon began organizing a christening feast for his little princess. Yes, we will have such a wonderful feast for our princess.
And now this is going to be the gifts.
Oh, there she is, sleeping in her cradle.
And I will give the gift of beauty.
Oh, it is the fairies, yes. All of the king's family and friends were invited to the christening. They also asked the fairies to come, all apart from one who was known for being mean. On the big day, the guests arrived,
This will be the mother.
bringing lots of lovely gifts.
This will be the mother.
Congratulations, Your Highness.
Okay, now it's the red fairy's turn. I will give you I'll give you the gift of beauty. There.
Oh, she has been given the gift of beauty.
Now it's her turn to give her the gift of song.
And the gift of song.
I'll give you the gift of song. Now it's time for Merryweather.
Oh, okay. The last fairy was just about to give her gift when there was a loud noise in the courtyard. Crash! Bang! Just then, the mean fairy, who had not been invited, burst in angrily and said, "When the princess is 15, she shall touch a spindle and fall down dead." The queen collapsed into the king's arms, but then the last fairy steps forward. "Wait," she says.
Wait.
"I can soften the curse a little," she said. "If the princess touches a spindle, she will not die. Instead, she will fall asleep for 100 years. Only a prince shall be able to wake her with a single kiss." "Oh, thank you, Merryweather, thank you." The king gave out an order for all the spindles in the land to be destroyed. I don't know how they got their yarn, but that's another story. "Yes, destroy all the spindles, so my daughter will not be harmed." The princess grew up into a beautiful young lady. One day, while exploring the castle, she came across a door she hadn't seen before. She opened it and found it leading to a mysterious tower. Oh yes, there she is, the lovely princess, going into the door she had never seen before. The princess walked up the steps and into a dusty room. There she saw a woman busy at a strange wheel with some thread. "Hello, what are you doing?" asked the princess. "I'm spinning, my dear," said the woman. The princess walked closer and closer as she came to the spindle. She reached out to touch it. "Oh no! Don't do it, Sleeping Beauty. Don't touch the spindle." "Ouch!" the princess cried as her finger touched the spindle, and while the wicked fairy, for it was she, vanished, the princess fell down asleep.
It's her turn.
Oh. Yes.
Okay,
She fell down asleep.
And now this girl has to bring her to the bed.
Okay. At that moment, the king and queen fell asleep on their thrones. The horses slept in their stables, and the servants slipped into a slumber. So everybody slept. Oh, and the fairy carried her to her bed. Days, weeks, and then months went past, and a large hedge of thorns grew around the palace. Every year it became thicker until the palace was completely hidden. Exactly 100 years later, a prince was riding nearby. Well, that was lucky. He could see the tips of a turret above the thorns. As he neared, the hedge parted, allowing him to pass through. Do we have a prince? Do we have something to be the prince?
Yeah. A dog. A dog.
A dog. Oh, the dog. There he is. There's the prince. Oh, yes, everybody's prince should be so handsome. The prince eventually arrived at the palace and saw that everyone was sleeping. He wondered why everything had been frozen in time. Finally,
I gotta fix her.
Okay. Finally, he came to the princess, where she was sleeping. She was so beautiful that he stooped down to give her a kiss. Aww. At that moment, she opened her eyes and woke up. It was love at first sight. Everyone else in the castle also awoke. At last, the princess was reunited with her mother and father. They were delighted. The evil fairy's spell had been broken. And there she is, wide awake. Shouldn't she be with her prince? Sleeping Beauty and the prince were soon married, and...
Wait, I got an idea. We can make another one. Make another movie, because I got her right here.
Okay.
1 minute. Let's make another movie.
Well, we have to... Oh, okay. Bring her on over. Now the prince and the princess are getting married. And when they got married, they lived happily. How did they live?
Happy ever after.
Happily ever after. And everyone cheered, hip, hip,